We are working on the Green Big Ideas Record and Practice Journal, and today we're working on lesson 1.5, the greatest common factor. And you'll probably see greatest common factor abbreviated by GCF. Now essentially what we want to do is we just want to break down the two numbers. We want to break them down into their prime numbers. So 14 is 2 times 7, and 7 and 2 are both prime. 42, let's try 6 times 7. 7 is prime, 6 is not. We need to break down 6 into 3 times 2. Now what we're trying to find is we're trying to find the greatest common factor. Well, we have a common factor for 7 because there's a 7 on both sides. So we have a 7, so that's a common factor. And in this case, we also have a 2. So there's a 2 on both sides, 2 from 14 and 2 from 42. So what we'd want to do is take that 7 and times it by 2, and 7 times 2 would be 14, and 14 would be the greatest common factor between 14 and 42. 14 goes into 14, and 14 goes into 42. The only prime number that we did not use would be 3, and 3 is not in 14, so we can't use it. Let's try number 11. Number 11 is 45 and 63. Again, we want to break them down into their primes. Something else students might find helpful is their multiplication chart. Sometimes if you find numbers that are in the same column, if you start at the top and go down and you see the same numbers in the same column, that makes your life a lot easier. We'll still break this one down. 45 is 5 times 9. 5 is prime. 9 needs to be broken down into 3 times 3. And 63, let's go 7 times 9. And 9 needs again to be broken down into 3 times 3. The two numbers that they both share or have in common are 3 times 3. So we got a 3 and a 3 over there and a 3 and a 3 over there. That is going to tell us that we need to multiply those together. 3 times 3 is 9, and 9 would be the greatest common factor between 45. One thing I know, I can check my work. I can say 9 goes into 45 5 times, and 9 goes into 63 7 times. So once again, we were talking about greatest common factor found on 1.5 in our Big Ideas Record and Practice Journal.